Hey, welcome in. So typically I post gaming content on my channel, but today is where you start seeing how all over the place my channel is about to get. So, Bad Omens DYFL North American Tour recently wrapped up, and I had the privilege of seeing this tour about a month or so ago. So I've kind of had thoughts about it, kind of obsessed over it for a little bit, and I thought it'd be fun to just share my experience with those that didn't get to see this tour and relive a fun night and experience that I got to have. So, as we do in my reviews, I like to keep a pro and a cons list, then review our list at the end along with giving it an overall grade. Today, however, we're not going to do that list at all because everything's a pro in a day like this. When you get to see a band, and I should say bands, and have a very special day like this, there are no cons. So, yeah, we're going to get rid of the list for today's review, but we are going to give it an overall grade at the end of the video. So, hang along till the end. And yeah, let's talk Bad Omens. So, I've been a Bad Omens fan for a few years now, and to be honest, I'm totally one of those fans that discovered this band once Death of Peace of Mind dropped. It was an album I fell in love with. I got it on vinyl, and it's one of my favorite records I have in my collection. Since then, I have been super about Bad Omens. I love everything that they do. Love their whole discography. I'm just super about them. The last time they came to my area, I didn't get to see them live, and I've regretted it ever since. I've just been really waiting for them to get back on the road. So this was an awesome opportunity for me, I would say. When the tour got announced, I was so stoked. I got the artist pre-sale codes. I ordered my tickets, and I kicked my feet like a child until it was concert day. So, yeah, very exciting. The Do You Feel Love North American Tour. Who was on this tour, you might ask? Three bands. So awesome. I like it when it's just a smaller selection of bands. I don't like it when it's like six bands. It gets to be a long night. So three bands. The opener was the band President, Beartooth, and Bad Omens. So really good lineup right there. Really happy with it. And we'll talk more about each band as we kind of talk about the concert. But I kind of just wanted to run through the day because there was more to the concert experience rather than just the concert itself. So while on this tour, whatever city Bad Omens was playing in, they had a pop-up shop, which I'm sure you know about. If you're clicking on this video, you're probably a fan of Bad Omens. You probably follow them on their socials and all that. But every day, their social team would post the address, and fans could go and get exclusive merch, which was awesome. Like, what a cool experience. I'm sure other people have done that in the past, but I haven't been a part of anything or attended anything like that before. So it was really cool. My girlfriend and I got to drive like 5 hours for this concert, so you bet your ass we were getting exclusive merch. Which the shop had a bunch of awesome stuff. So there was pictures, frame pictures from the music videos, and there was also props on display from these music videos. Then there was a little CRT TV with the VHS experience that you could get. I want to say it was like their Amsterdam concert or something like that. It was on VHS, so you could get that. You could get that along with hoodies. There was a mystery figure box, and then there was also like a blanket. Both of those items, the mystery box with the blanket, and the blanket, I should say, were out of stock when we went there, and I was so bummed about it. It was absolutely heartbroken. The mystery figure box, again, I'm sure you've seen this online, but you could get a mystery figure from one of the characters from the music videos, so that was pretty cool. I've seen people reselling them online, and god damn, people are ridiculous not paying $120 for one of them boxes, man. But it's really cool little mystery thing. My girlfriend's a sucker for those, so she was really looking forward to that, as was I. But yeah, just missed out on that, unfortunately. So the shop, it was in a very convenient spot, honestly. It wasn't next to the venue. I think it was about like 10 miles away from the venue. It was in a location that was surrounded by restaurants and shops, and we were able to go kind of explore, after seeing the pop-up shop and spend some time before going to the venue. Honestly, the whole day was just really lovely. It was awesome. So after we went shopping and after we had our sushi, we headed to the venue. Seeing the band in just an arena, I have to say, is absolutely ridiculous because if you've been following the band, and people obviously have been following them a lot longer than I have, but you see all this stuff of them being in like smaller club shows and these smaller venues. So seeing them just in a big ass arena, I remember just watching people trickle in, and I was just looking around like, damn, I've watched basketball games in this arena, and I'm just like, wow. I'm about to see Bad Omens play in this. Like that was crazy. I don't know. I've been in arena concerts before, but for some reason, like this one just hit a little bit different, a little bit more personally with me. I don't know why, but it just did. So the show began. the opener, the band President, like I was saying. If you haven't listened to President and their EP that they have out, I think they have an EP, and then I think they just dropped another song or maybe two songs or something like that. Go listen to it. Go listen to them. They're really good, man. They're quite new, but as you listen to them, you can easily understand why they were chosen for this tour. They fit the vibe and the feel of Bad Omens, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure Noah is credited on some of the band, or maybe not credited, but I think I read that he maybe like oversaw or he did some work with President on the EP. So it's pretty cool. It has the Bad Omens feel to it. I don't know about all the ins and outs, obviously, but very cool. Like I said, fits the vibe. So these guys, they wear masks. I'm sure you've seen it, but the lead singer wears like a presidential looking mask. If you remember, like the fake rubber Halloweeny president mask with like Obama, JFK, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so he's wearing one of those. I do believe the internet knows who is under the mask and who the lead singer is, but I really don't care about all that. I'm a music fan, you know. Don't really care about all that political stuff, I guess, if you will. President was great. Both my girlfriend and I really enjoyed them. I knew a little bit of their material going into the concert, not like word for word or anything like that. I was just like, yeah, I've listened to them. I like a couple of their songs. She knew absolutely nothing, but when we left, we were both fans. We were like, yeah, definitely want to listen to those guys. They were really good. The set was pretty short because I don't think they have a whole lot of songs. Actually, I think as recording this, I'm pretty sure they announced a headlining tour for North America like this last week, actually. So good for them. This must have been like a feeler for them, and they must have liked the response they were getting on the road because they're setting out for a headliner. So yeah, very good. Check them out. And I might say, my girlfriend didn't know any of these bands really that much going into the concert, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to just add that in there and just share her experience too. She knew some of Bad Omens, obviously, through me, but she wasn't that familiar with them, so it was kind of fun just to watch her experience throughout the day as well as she got to discover these bands really for the first time. So next on the lineup, we had Beartooth. If you've been around the metal rock scene for a while, you've definitely heard the name, if not seen it. Admittedly, I haven't really listened to Beartooth a whole lot. They just never clicked on my radar for some reason. I always saw like their names on tours and festivals, but I've just never really dabbled. I don't know why. I feel like in like the old Warped Tour days, I feel like they were really around, or at least the name was. I don't know. For some reason, I just never dabbled. So that being said, I thought they were really enjoyable. Like I thought the lineup, their set was great. I had a really good time. As the lineup just continues, obviously the stage itself also gets bigger, and the LED walls behind the band Beartooth as they were performing was so cool. And we'll talk about it more as as we get into Bad Omens. But the whole visuals for the whole concert was just awesome. The LEDs, the lights, the colors, they just really did a good job with the stage design. I thought it really had a really special feel to it. Yeah, so I will say, like I said, I'm still not much of a Beartooth listener. Even after the concert, I haven't really listened to them a whole lot. I know, like, obviously, in between Riptide, like all the bangers, you know, the big ones, but I just haven't really dabbled much into them. But I still enjoyed my time. What I really watched during the set, like as the set was progressing and stuff, I'd kind of look around and I'd watch like sections and watch other fans kind of enjoying Beartooth, and that's such a fun experience. If you haven't done that, I recommend it. If you're seeing like a movie that you have seen once or twice in theaters, maybe just like look around and watch people around you. Like it's kind of interesting watching people enjoy what they enjoy. You know, it's kind of neat. There was entire sections standing up and dancing and jamming, you know, and then there's other sections just seated. So yeah, I'd like to say it was a good mixed variety of fans, I would say, at the venue. So it's pretty cool. If you like Beartooth, awesome. I'm sure you would have had a good time. So after Beartooth, oh, I guess I also need to add, neither President, honestly, Bad Omens either. None of these bands, I get it's an arena show and there's like there's times and all this stuff for their sets, but not a whole lot of talking. They pretty much just ripped through their sets and they dipped. And honestly, kind of liked it. I've been to a lot of like smaller club venues and stuff, and there's usually a lot of talking, gets the shows feeling kind of personal. I liked that they just ripped through set, ripped through song, and just kind of carried on. I thought it was really cool. So yeah, after Beartooth, they didn't have any talking points, neither did the President. They ripped their set, they dipped. Then we got Bad Omens, and this is where we're going to talk a little bit. So before we get into like the set and all that, I'm not going to break down like song by song or anything, but before we get into just their set itself, I don't know where else I'm going to add this, so I just need to add Bad Omen fans are freaking whack, man. They're low-key kind of a cult, and they're just sickos. But I kind of like it, sort of, you know what I mean? Like, they're weird, but they're my kind of weird. They're crazy, man. I needed to add that in there because there was times throughout, like, the set that, oh, well, for starters, during Death of Peace of Mind, I didn't know this, but after the second chorus or whatever, right before the chorus, the girls or whatever, they yell "woo," and it just it throws me off, man. I don't know if I like it very much. I think it's weird. I think the social media aspect of Bad Omen fans a little bit weird because if you haven't looked up Bad Omens on social media, maybe don't, because once you do, you're infested. You've got the bug. It's taken over. Your algorithm's ruined and it doesn't correct itself. I don't know what the bug is all about, but I could open TikTok right now. I get 1 to 2 slides in there, and it's going to be a Bad Omens TikTok. I did ask for this. It was just cursed upon me. And you know what? I can't escape it, but I don't know if I'm really complaining either. I can't figure it out. So just needed to add that in there. It's just a little rant. So yeah, if you haven't seen, excuse me, if you have gotten to see any of the Bad Omen stuff on socials from this concert, you probably have kind of experienced it, because it seems like everybody who goes to these concerts have posted 5 to 6 to 7 angles of the same thing over and over and over again. So I'm sure you've seen a little bit of this concert, but it's still a great show regardless. And it's kind of sad because I'm pretty sure the concert wrapped up this last week, so I can't even say, hey, go see it or anything. This is just what my experience was at the concert, I guess. So at least you get to vicariously live it through myself. So there you go. So yeah, Bad Omens came out. And honestly, the set, like I said, I'm not going to break it down song by song, but the set list was perfect. I absolutely loved where everything was in the set, and we'll talk about a few of those. But throughout the set, there was like 4 to 5 tapes. I can't remember how many there are. I think there's 4, but they were broken up into tapes, different sections throughout the concert, and then there's like 4 to 5 songs in between those tapes. The tapes were from their cinematic universe that they're building through the music videos, what they have built. Yeah, check it out if you haven't. It was really cool. But everything was just bunched together perfectly. I liked how Drain went into Death of Peace of Mind, Van went into Artificial. It was just awesome how these songs were paired together. I really liked it. And then honestly, Spectre is one of my favorite songs now. The last minute of that song is just absolutely ridiculous, and I cannot get enough of it. There's something about it, man. It's just great. I love the way these guys mix their music. I love their sound. They're just vibes they carry in their music. It's great. I love it. And then the big spot, I need to say, Impose being where it's at in the set list was amazing. I guess the set list is over now. I don't need to like hide spoilers or anything, but it's their last song before their encore, and I thought that was just an awesome, awesome spot for it. That song is incredible. I remember when it came out, the internet felt to be very indifferent about it, and I have loved that song since day one. Not to be a sad boy, but there was one night I had a very sad night, and I just cried in my room, in my bed, and I just had that song, and it was great, man. It's as crazy as it sounds, being in a sad moment, but that song just like it carries so much weight and emotion. And it's just it hits when you need it to, man. It's great. I love it. And seeing it live was just a completely different experience. So, yeah, liked where that one was at. And then of course their encore, D fucking Throne. You know what I'm saying? What a heater! That song I love that song so much. Excuse me, I'm gonna skip over this just in case. Don't want anything to happen. But yeah, there's the tapes online. Go check them out. Got the concert kind of a experience playing for you guys in the background too. Thought that was kind of cool. They live streamed their Nashville show on this tour, so just go YouTube it. That's what I'm listening to or what I'm playing for you guys in the background of this while I give you my review of the concert. So yeah, you can still watch it. It's pretty cool that the live streamed it, honestly. I think I said this earlier, but the stage design for the whole concert, man, it brought the atmosphere. If you haven't seen these guys' social media posts about this concert, go check it out because their photography was incredible, and it kind of shows what the vibe of the concert was. All the lights, all the stage design, the LED boards. It was just magical, man. It just had its own atmosphere and its own vibe. It was great. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, man, there you go. There you have it. There is my Bad Omens, I don't know, concert experience. There isn't a whole much else to say. Just kind of wanted to run through the day. The pop-up shop was awesome. Going to the venue was great. Being along or around people that are just in the same music you are, it was just great vibes. People wooing, people laughing, having a good time. It was great. Cannot recommend enough. I hope these guys go back on tour in the States again. I'm sure they're going to go overseas and do some shows for the fans over there, but I'm just happy I got to see them at least once, man. It was really cool. So there you have it. Bad Omens tore the house down. And then we drove 5 hours back to home with post-concert depression, as you do. So going back to our lives and our jobs. So that ended on a sad note, but yeah, that was that. And then, of course, like I said, we got to give the whole experience a grade, and you bet your ass we're giving it a 10 out of 10. It was incredible. Gets a 10 out of 10 on the skid scale, as I'm going to start calling it. God, that sounds dumb, but yeah, go see Bad Omens. Keep rocking. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace.